नहीं 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 चाहिए. Thank you. Thank Nice and cool now. That's
And wet.
wet. It's happening everywhere. So I was thinking it's also in Christchurch it should happen. Eh? So I'm very, very happy to come to Christchurch. And this is the first time I'm coming here. I'm happy there are so many people already who are Sahaja Yogis and who are deep seekers. In the beginning, we have certain labor pains, as they say, and one has to be very patient with people who are coming. Now, after my program, there will be many others who will be coming. Now, the other day when I was speaking to them, they were surprised that we do not charge any money. And they asked a question, why don't you charge the money? You see. Then some Sahaja Yogi answered that it's so invaluable that what will you pay for it? You see, it's a living process. So how much are you going to pay? Then the person kept quiet. So all sorts of questions they will ask you, and you are not to get disturbed by that or angry with that. But you must understand that you are not the same as they are. You have reached a certain height compared to them, and they don't understand you. Like Kabira has said, "Kaise samajhaun sab jagah andha." How am I to explain when the whole world is blind? But not now. Not the whole world is not blind. Quite a lot of them have got now eyes to see the truth. But when they approach you, we have to be little careful as not to upset them by our achievement. People have problems, they have past ideas, past memories, and they want to condemn themselves for that also sometimes. So all has to be stopped and to be said that present is present, past is past. That's a very common problem with the people who come. And they shudder sometimes to think that they can be purified so easily. But it is already there, built in within them, which you have to show that it is built in. Now we have got many things Sahaja Yogis have got to convince themselves. You've got photographs, you've seen the Kundalini pulsating, you have seen rising of the Kundalini through your own fingertips. You have felt that you can make the Kundalini rise and you can feel the different centers. All this is sort of has now become part and parcel of you. It's no more a miracle for you, not at all. You've just taken it because it's there and you know it. But it is a miracle for people who are coming for the first time. So to begin with, we should not tell them much about it, but let them experience for themselves and they'll see themselves and gradually they'll grow. And I'm sure that this will happen with a great depth I felt in this place. It's a deeper place, I must say, than Auckland, definitely. Maybe that the people here are more living in a natural surroundings, I don't know why. But I felt that people are deeper here and deep seekers also. And I don't know if you have here all these TM and all that working out in Christchurch. Do you have this TM? Is there? My God. What else is there? Hare Rama, that is there too. With the young people are busy with that quite a lot or few? With Hare Rama? Not much. They are. What else? Rajneesh is there? Huh?
TM is very strong.
Now TM is. Now for TM, if you want, I can send you some pamphlets from London about this gentleman. But especially that we know about TM is horrible. So we are thinking of making a complete exposure of these people, what they did and how they worked out from the very beginning. Say one bulletin like that can be sent to you, and it can be then given to these people and distributed. Or if you get paper cuttings, some newspaper can publish it also. TM is horrible because the people who get out of TM, most of them settle down, but some of them do not. We have one gentleman from England. I have not been able to settle him. He is all right, but still, I would say no one's to marry him. And he has funny ideas, I think. I don't know what happens to him, and people feel very heat from him coming all the time. Sometimes some chakras catch. So this fellow has been there for quite some time, but still they think that he's not all right. Name is John Pearson. You must have seen John Pearson. But surprisingly, he's working with a very big company, making a big money out of it. And he has lots of money. Though most of his money that he had earned before was taken away by the TM. After coming to Sahaja Yoga, he's earned a lot of money. But still he feels the Vishuddhi very much and headache and all that. Then we have another one in Italy also. He's also same type, and he was married twice, and his wives, Sajoginis, ran away. They said, mother is, I don't know. They become little queer and weird type people, and the vibrations are very bad. Some of them have become recluses also, absolutely recluses. They go and stay somewhere in a closed room, in a group, and just start suffering very bad. So many seekers are like that, ruined. And you know the story about them, what they did, about the mantras and all that. All this we can write it down clearly, and we can put it out in their sessions or something whenever they are going down there. And epilepsy is a common disease that they have, epilepsy. It's another horrible thing that they do. So we have to save these people from these calamities. But it's surprising the way they advertise, because they have money, so they advertise. Money begets money, you see. So when they advertise, more people come to them. Or at least advertising has paid them dividend in different countries like England, America, also France. But now they are thrown away from there. So they are moving this side towards Australia and New Zealand. This is now because they have failed. There lots of things have appeared about them, especially about this their guru. Horrible things about him, that he was a smuggler, used to smuggle drugs, all kinds of things are there. All that can be brought round, and I don't know if your newspapers are willing to publish it or not, but it's there, published already in the newspapers. Now, Hare Rama people are just like beggars. They have become beggars now. They have no money, nothing, so they are selling those Gita and all that, and they are earning out of earning out of that money, living on that. It's a funny way of. First of all, they talk of sannyasa, then they get married, they have children, and they are supposed to live like beggars. While Sri Krishna, whom they worship, is a Kubera, is the god of money. Can you imagine? These people are dressed up like a beggar. I mean, it's really an insult to him that they should dress up like this and beg for money all over. And they shave their heads, and those things that they put here, we call it as Shindi in Marathi, they call it as Bodhi, that hair thing. That is, now you can get it in a supermarket. It's such an artificial thing, but they are all stupid people, I must say. They are not intelligent. They all join them. But it spoils the Vishuddhi, it spoils also the center heart. Some people came to me who had cancer of the throat from this group. Yeah. We have about 4 or 5 people like that came down who had cancer of the throat. But normally we do not accept them, normally. It was very funny. They'll come to Sahaja Yoga and just talk about Gita, then they won't allow you to talk. They'll be talking all the time. Something. And if you say anything, they'll say Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. So nothing goes in the head. All craziness on the road to stand and sing with those dhotis or to beg on the streets of South Hall. So Indians think, oh, look at these white-skinned people, so poor, so they give them alms and food. They're begging on the street. So all this kind of thing is going on. But most dangerous, I think, is TM now. Most dangerous is TM and Rajneesh. They are the worst. I think Rajneesh are the worst people. And once I was having a program in Delhi. They came down to the program. I told Yogi not to bring them to the program, but they just came, 3 of them. And they were about 100 feet away from me, maybe more, not less. And suddenly they fell down. They looked at me and I looked at them. They fell down. Fell down. You were there for that? Like stones. Gaur got very angry with Yogi. Why did you bring them here? It took them half an hour to take them with a kind of a, we have something called pahar, we call it. It's a kind of a big rod of steel. With that, they were thrown out, you see, just like a stone taken away. And then the program started after half an hour. It took them half an hour to do that. So then Yogi wrote in his ashram, Meher ashram he has got in Dharamshala, that no Rajneesh disciples are allowed. So they're very aggressive. So they invaded. They said, why not? There were 4 or 5 of them. I said, all right, come along. They brought in. They put my photograph and said, put your hands like this. They all started shaking, so they ran away. So these Rajneesh's disciples are the most difficult. But so far in my whole memory, I think there are only 2 persons whom we have saved so far. One of them is, I don't know if you have met Robert from Belgium. He's now finished his PhD, thank God. And another Richard. Richard is still all right, but I mean, he was a professor. But I don't know what he did in Rajneesh's. That's how we have all these false people. Plus we have Anglicans, these Vaticans. The Vatican is really this book, you should get it, In the Name of God. These books are not here?
Yes, that's in the shops.
I mean, he has, in a way, said that this Pope killed the first Pope, and after that 14 people were killed by him, just to hide it. But every week there is something appearing in Italy. When I was there, so many things came out, but that they counterfeited these $9 million and distributed them through Vatican Bank. Can you imagine? Counterfeit through the Vatican Bank. And when it was published, everybody withdrew their money from the Vatican Bank. At such a fright. So I just thought they were money oriented, but also there is violence because there was one fellow Calvi who was from this mafia, I think, and had something to do with this, or he was with them, but he was the man connected with mafia. Then he was murdered in London and was hanged by that Blackfriars, you must have heard, bridge. He gave a confession that he did, one gentleman gave a confession that he murdered him, but the money was paid by this Pope. So all these horrible things are coming out. And the other day I read an article about it, that Pope asked Mr. Bush to send him all kinds of weapons and ammunitions and other things to Poland. And it was all smuggled out there. And an underground thing was worked out for Mr. Pope there, and the whole thing was another. I can't understand how can Pope be so much interested in politics of Poland, and that he wanted to trouble the Russians. And it is one of the Pope's strategy was to exploit the situation in Russia, and today's problems that are coming up are because of him, the interference he created. But the Pope has now lost his hold in Poland somehow, because this gentleman, Walesha, who was actually a stooge of Pope, has lost his elections and people don't want him there anymore. Whatever it is, they all get exposed, no doubt, and all this untruth will have to go. People are getting aware, they are finding out that this is untruth, they are working it out. But despite that, we have to understand that this little time we have to work out to save them. Because once they are lost too much into it, then it's very difficult to salvage. Like in Sahaja Yoga, I have seen people will just, oh, Mother, he is TM, Mother, he is Rajneesh. Like they don't want to do anything with that person there. Mother, please, you see, this one is Hare Rama, like that. Sahaja Yogis develop a kind of a Brahmanic character. They don't want to have anything to do with it. Oh, Mother is TM, he's still TM. It's very difficult. In Delhi, we got a very good fellow from TM only, but he came back and he told me all that he has gone through and still he has problems. But the other people have seen, Mother, he's TM. See, so what? But we catch from, doesn't matter, you must put him right. So you have to exert quite a lot if they have in TM. But best is to have precaution that you tell them that, all right, this is TM, you have done, finished with it, and come to Sahaja. But immediate results are not possible. You have to work out because it's terrible. And they do get all kinds of pains, they have all kinds of troubles. So once they know that all these troubles can be somehow or other taken away from their body, they will be very happy to join. So you have to tell that the many TMs have come and have benefited. Of course, that's a fact also. So many have. But they have only worked on my photographs. The Sahaja Yogis have not worked on them out of, that attitude. Anybody is saying, Mother, he's a TM. Before me, they'll bring them. As if like a sick person, they'll bring it to me. So this is a TM. This is this thing. So as we can help the we can help the people who are poor in health. We can also help people who are poor in their Guru principle. We should. And we should just tell them how to do it with the photograph. And I mean, we should be concerned after all. They are also seekers, and out of ignorance they have gone there. So if you develop a proper attitude towards the people who are coming to you, new people, and understand that there must be some sort of a conditioning on them. So you shouldn't touch their conditionings, but try to explain to them what is what. Would be much better than to just say something like he has a booth or he is this, he is certainly. That upsets people very much. So now, if you have any questions, you can ask.
Mother, if the people are doing funny things like coming to the ashram and putting flowers on the front step and doing some funny things, they've been to TM, should we still try and do the same thing with them if they're doing things that are crazy?
They are doing flowers.
Bringing flowers, all kinds of funny things, bowing at the front door, a little bit weird type of character.
You see, because they want to be saved.
Yes.
So you should not get rid of them. You should call them, give them some photographs, tell them how they can do it. They must be suffering. That's why they come. You have to help them, na? Where do they do that?
At Burwood.
Huh?
At Burwood.
Really?
We have one gentleman's been to TM and I spent 2 hours with him, and the end of the talk was, there's a problem with the world with plastic bags, was his comment.
Huh? Plastic bag? What was it?
There's a problem with the world, which is plastic bags.
He came with that idea.
Yes.
They go mad, with
Yeah,
all
he's
the...
like that. He's mad like that. What to do with someone like that?
Give him the photograph, tell him come after 1 month. Work it out.
We've had to tell him to...
Yes, some of them are really mad, I tell you, really mad. I don't blame them also. I don't know what are they possessed, but I think one fellow had Indian boots in him. He used to go to Indian restaurants and eat like a glutton, He came to me later on. So I said, I've seen you somewhere. So he says, do you go to Indian restaurant? Yes, we have to go for my husband's work. Oh, then you must have seen me there. I always go there and all that. So we treated him. So one day he came with us. Somehow he drove us down. And he came inside the restaurant. So the restaurant fellow said, oh, is he with you? I said, why? Oh, he eats half of the things that we make here. So I said, there must be some Indian boots in him. But then his whole thing changed. After that, he became quite normal.
Shri Mataji, these are the people who came to the first programs that we had here in October, and are still coming. This is Margot and Paula and Lindley. They're the three ladies there, and Rex here, and Keith, and Neil, and also about the same time Philip came here, and then Robin and husband Ken here, and Les. So this is, and Dorothy. And where's Glenn? And Glenn. They're the daytime. We have a daytime program as well, and Glenn and Dorothy. They come to that. So these are the sort of
That's very good.
The first people who have discovered you here in Christchurch.
Good. Very good. When so many senior people, you see, we really sometimes watch some senior people otherwise, especially in Australia. If they are not senior, then the people don't care for them. We've been looking out for leaders who are senior and this and that. And there has been problems about it. Because even in these modern times, I think people respect age in Sahaja Yoga. So if you have a very young leader, then they don't care much for you. Adelaide, we had that problem. Melbourne, we had that problem. I hope things would work out all right now in these two places. I just don't understand their mentality about the leader also. For example, if it's a bad leader who is just oppressing them, using them, exploiting them, making money out of Sahaja, they know that. They will never tell me anything about it. They'll go on. But if there's a good one, then they try to oppress him. And now this leader doesn't tell me. I mean, something I can't understand, I'm always available. Why don't they tell me? Some sort of a, I think, historical background that makes them think, better not tell mother. But without telling me, how will I solve the problem? Because I'm so busy with other things. If my attention goes there, I definitely know that's something wrong there. But this is how it has been going on. So what I have to tell you, if you find anything wrong with your leader, you must write to. Just take my address, absolutely, without any fear, without any problem. You must let me know what do you think wrong and what should be done. It's very good, isn't it? Otherwise, you see, when I come here, they will tell our leader was like this, or I might find something wrong with the leader. Now, same to the leader. If he finds anything wrong with the whole thing, you must tell me, you must inform me. It's very important because one should know that everything can be rectified, everything can be corrected. And just because you don't tell, then things remain like that and something very dangerous can happen to the whole organization. So you all should write to me whenever, if there's any suggestion or if you think something wrong or something has to work out. There's no harm in writing to me. Maybe I may not answer, but answer would be there in a way. Anything else?
I'd like to ask you, Mother, about the Apostle Paul. Brian and I were talking one day at his place, and I was saying to him that I never trusted Paul. That he seemed to be anti-women, and Brian told me that you had views on Paul too. So I thought if I ever got to meet you, I'd ask you about it.
About what?
This is about Paul.
In the Bible?
Paul in the Bible. She has never trusted Paul, and so.
Very good. The other day, very clearly, I said that he's like a squatter, you see. He was very clever. He was never with Christ. He had nothing to do with Christianity. He actually killed one disciple of Christ whose name was Stephen. Then he was epileptic, and he says he saw some cross. So what? This is supraconscious experience, it's not spiritual experience. Whatever he might say. But he thought that it's a very good platform for him. And because he is a person with administrative capacity, he was an officer with the Roman government. So he thought it would be a nice idea that he should jump on the platform and he should take over. And that's how, because he was like that, you see, they were fishermen, Matthews and all these were fishermen. So he started dominating. And he said, I'll organize Christianity, I'll do this. And he gave his own color to Christianity. And they really, the way he talked about Christ, his mother, and all that was such that nobody can say definitely that they were divine personalities. He also didn't like to talk about the Immaculate Conception, which was a fact. And Thomas ran away from there because he was surprised the way he was trying to twist everything to his advantage. And he came down to Egypt, where he wrote all his treatises and put them in a jar there. And then he came to India. Now, about 50 years back, they have discovered that jar and found it out. It's known as the Gnostic knowledge. He used to call them Gnostics. Gna word means knowledge, as you people are Gnostics. Those who know, you see. Not mentally, but you know it on your central nervous system. There's a word in Sanskrit for that, is bodh, from where the word Buddha has come, to know on your central nervous system. And another is Vida, from where the word Veda has come. So he ran away, but I read the history of that place is that when people started telling them that we are Gnostics and this thing, for days together, I mean, not it's only during his time, but even 300 years after that, anybody who said that he was a Gnostic and he had the knowledge of these things, anyone, anywhere, was murdered and killed by these bishops. You see. So the whole religion went into the hands of these bishops, and also you can call them the people who were appointed by the Pope. So it became a hierarchy and priesthood and this and that without any realization. So the religion became absolutely a superficial thing. That's why they may be Christian, Hindus, anything. There is a religion not within, it's without, no experience of it. That's why those who are Christians can commit any sin, Muslims can commit any sin. They talk the same thing, because whether you read Quran or Bible, it's just the same, not much of a difference, any one of these books. But when it comes to explain, they are very good at explaining. But to their private lives, it has done nothing. It's all in the Bible, you see. As we say, the sayings of Puranas are in Puranas. They don't go inside. Only after realization these things you can absorb and you understand. And then automatically you become that. You don't have to be told, do this, do that. It's not necessary. So Paul is, absolutely. But the whole Christianity is based on Pauline methods and all that, everything. It's all intellectualization. And ultimately there was the Bishop of Durham who declared that there was no Immaculate Conception, it's symbolic and all that, and about Christ, that he was a human being, something. So many faithfuls were against it, and they really wanted to beat him. He was running up and down and hiding himself. But then this Archbishop of Canterbury, of all the persons, honored him in a church there near Durham. And they said that after that the lightning came, and a lot of lightnings on all the sides was looming around the church, and then it burnt it completely. But look at the shamelessness of it. They said that the God's grace was there, that the lower part was not burnt. And they have gone really so much astray now, these Anglicans also, that in England people had made a film showing that Christ was homosexual. and also that he had relations with his own mother. Can you beat that? It's such a horrible thing to say. They cannot understand purity. But then the queen, thank God, see, she put down her foot and she said this will not be allowed to be made. English made that.
Mama, Brian and I were also talking, it was the same
Huh?
day, about Mary, and I was saying to Brian about the like the goddess type of thing, and I said to Brian that I wondered whether Mary would have been a form of the goddess, and
Yeah, of course, she's Mahalakshmi.
Brian said that you
She's the incarnation of Mahalakshmi. And this Paul didn't want her to have anything to do with women. He has put them down. And he said she was just a woman. I don't know what to call him, but just look at that. And she was the incarnation of Mahalakshmi, of a very high level at the Agya Chakra. It's a very big thing. I don't know why Paul did that about her. But there's one sentence of Christ on the cross. He said, "Behold the mother." Might be it was about me saying, or might be about her, whatever it is. But you see, she was called as Madonna Oliver, because there was another religion before that where they believed in gods and goddesses and all that, called as pagan religion. And they said this, that we'll call her Madonna. Not in the Bible at all. In the Bible they wouldn't allow, this Paul wouldn't allow her to be called Madonna. They called her Madonna. So the word Madonna has come from the public, not from the Bible. That's not the word given to her at all. The public calls her. But everywhere she's called Madonna, Madonna and the child. As the public crowned her, you see, they felt she must be a Madonna. Everywhere. Italy, same thing. Now they can't help it. But still, they want to play her down very much everywhere. Woman, they call her. I mean, just imagine.
Paul was quite insistent that no woman had any place in the church at all. And of course, Paul is being quoted now in the defense against the ordination of women in Australia.
But why don't they say that? How is he in the Bible? He was not with Christ. Why don't they say? It's very easy to say. Why do you quote him? Why not Christ? When did Christ say so? See, we should listen to Christ. Who is this Paul? Why not ask? This is what the women should say. But what is this ordination also? It's just, the priests are just briefed poor people and they have to say something. It doesn't go inside, is the point. You see, you may say anything. It doesn't go inside. Like the priests in Austria. There was one priest who confessed, and he told about other priests also, they also confessed, that they were having keeps who were married women, and they used to go on their bicycles in the daytime to these women, stay with them and also run away. They have children from them, and the men believe that they are their children, but they are not. One fellow discovered that his wife had some other relations, so he bought a flat for her. She was kept in that flat, and he confessed it all through. So people asked him, why didn't you, when he was caught, he confessed it. And there's a book about it. So they asked him, why didn't you marry her? You should have married. He said, we are not allowed to marry. Then why are you allowed to do all this? Yes, we are allowed. So when he asked that he would like to marry, maybe the Pope or maybe whosoever authority was said that we don't want to pay widow's pension. It's all money oriented. Money oriented or power oriented. It's not spirit oriented at all. They all know that they are doing all these things. Then in Canada, there's another book, how these priests and the high priests, they were running schools and abusing boys. Terrible stories, terrible. Can't read it. Even 5 pages if you read, you'll really faint. It's published, all these books are there. Protestants are also have now so many things of. They have Seventh Day Adventist, the Pentecostal. Their Pentecostal is absolutely 100% Buddhist. You see, they say the Holy Spirit, only the Spirit is blessing them. And parallel to that, in your Catholic thing is charismatic. Charismatic is the same as their Pentecost. Then this Seventh Day Adventist is all another nonsense. You must be knowing I was born in a Christian family, so I know so much about the Christians. Also, I know a lot about the Hindus. But one of my cousins, you see, he had daughters, and these 3 daughters were simple girls, and they became Seventh Day Adventist because one of them was used to type very well. So one Englishman adopted her as a daughter and took her to England. And so she called these 2 girls also. And that gentleman was a Seventh Day Adventist. So he made them also Seventh Day Adventist. So they were told, you cannot wear any bangles, gold bangles, you cannot wear any gold, nothing. You don't have to wear this around. So they took out everything. The other girl was very clever. She brought it and gave it to me. But these 2 took out all their ornaments and everything. And next day it was all lost. It's a common experience of everyone there. It's thuggery, that's what it is. It's no religion. So we have to now be aware of all these things. After all, what will our children say to us? What will they do? Also, the children's side is so bad because education system is, I can't understand this education system in Australia or here, where you are not supposed to say anything to the child, you are not to guide them and let them express themselves. It's not the way. You have to look after your children, you have to guide them. It's absurd. They will all become brats, I tell you, the way they are developing. We have started a school in India. So these boys came there and girls. They are so wild that we don't know what to do with them. They run out to the street or they go to the markets. They go up where there's construction going on. So till the construction is on, we are sending them back to this dharamshala, where at least there's some restriction on them. I mean, they don't want to sit down and study. First time they met me, they said, Mother, we don't want to study. So why are they here? They don't want to sit on their tables, nothing. So we have made very interesting things for them so that they might take some interest. But it was such a headache the first month, everybody wanted to give up. Now what I have found out that the training that they had has not been of, not that people don't pay attention, but not of understanding what to do at what age for children, what to do. So now the next work I have to do is to write a book about the training of children before 12 years of age. Nothing like training to them. You cannot say anything. Savita was telling me that even if a child can come and punch you or do what he likes, you cannot slap that child. He can slap the teacher. The teacher cannot slap. Let them express themselves. Then why do you have teachers and why do you have parents? The children should hang from the tree. That's much better. What's that?
Um,
After all, there was.
Please, will you accept a little gift from us here in Christchurch?
No, but you see, there's no puja, nothing, no occasion. What is it?
No, but this is just a little non-puja gift.
Wow. What a thing, I tell you. One is sufficient. It's too much. You should not have spent so much money.
New Zealand pottery is not really so expensive. Even though there's
Really?
gold leaf, this is not so expensive. It's quite remarkable.
But it's gold.
Yes.
It's very beautiful. It's extremely beautiful. Very well done. I wish our organization there for women can do something like this. It's very beautifully done. Look at that.
This is similar, Shri Mataji. This is similar to a plate that was offered to you at Christmas time in India. It's by the same potter
I see.
that Janie and Hugh took to India. And so it seemed perhaps a nice idea that this should be these.
That
this
that
would
had- didn't
match
have
it.
this design, but style maybe.
Yes, and
It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And it's very advanced in its expression.
it's a very the man who makes these is a very sweet man, quite humble.
Very beautiful.
He enjoys very much doing this sort of work.
I mean, very creative it is. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. See, all Ganeshas is thrown out from one source. You see, these are all Ganeshas with 4 corners, the back side also. It's very beautiful. All right, so thank you very much. Well,
So we
thank you.
bring these to
Of course, I mean, I won't be able to take them. Thank you. It's really beautiful. Have you seen it? Please have a look. We should see this pottery man tomorrow, how he does it. Hey, Shika, tumi. Very difficult. It's done with hand. I mean, every piece it seems like that. It's painted with hand. Thank you very much. Thank you. You say something if you want to.
No. I just wondered if you would like to go back to your room now.
Yeah. Always.
There's a movie tonight,
Oh.
Shakespeare movie.
Oh, I forgot. Yes.
कितने बजे?
10 बजे अभी चालू होने वाली है.
चालू हो गई?
अभी चालू होगी.
अच्छा, we'll see the movie.
It's,
What's Shakespeare?
it's Henry V.
Ah,
It's Henry. It's a modern. It's quite a new version, quite a new film version. Of
all right. Let's see. फारस सुंदर है.
जी. If people can move in this way.
We need him. Trevor, we need that wide extension cord to move it around further.
It's all right. Be comfortable. It's such a short place. What is that?
Would you like to eat or drink? Would you like a hot tea or something?
Yeah, tube वाला है.
I'm eating now 5 times a day.
Oh, God.
महालक्ष्मी महिमा एक वीडियो पर आलेला आहे. महालक्ष्मी पूर्ण देवा
तो बात आपने बोल दिया ठीक हो जाएगा प्राय सैटरडे को पूरा मिल जाएगा देख लेंगे हम बात करते हैं स्टीवन से बात करेंगे
If they take two modern writers, then they are really horrible and they just very vulgar, extremely vulgar, very superficial. So it's happy they are doing Shakespeare like this. He was successful. And see how he has avoided all the pomp and show of the courts and all that, just focusing on them with the light and Rembrandt style, not too much of.
Mother, how did you cause the miracles? Would one of them be a realized soul, or?
He was getting realized, you see, evolving. But miracle is caused because it's a Shiva's island, you see. He resides there. But the English never realize. That's the point is, I don't know when will they realize. They're very arrogant, extremely arrogant, and think no end of themselves. I don't know how they do it like that. The more they are helped, the more worse they become. Now, of course, once Europe becomes one, they'll know what they are. They don't have any talents as the other people have. None of the talents. Just in their pride and arrogance, they remained in some sort of a fool's paradise. Time has come for them to realize where are they. That's why they are afraid to join European community. In no way, they are all mediocres in everything. Everything they do is mediocre.
Today, the Australian Prime Minister said we should become a republic in front of the Queen. The Queen was sitting there, and the Prime Minister said, in front of the Queen, we should become a republic. And in all the English newspapers, they're saying that the Prime Minister insulted the Queen.
What did
the
he?
Newspapers in England, they're saying that the Australian Prime Minister insulted the Queen because he said we should become a republic in front of the Queen.
You see, now everybody is breaking out of Commonwealth. India has also broken. So there's no harm. Also, the Commonwealth is not such a body that really looks after the interest of all the countries in the same manner. It is, you see, this apartheid and all that. These things are going on. And I don't know. They are not so clear-cut. Of course, they had a Indian from, I think he was from East Africa, who was the president of that. But he's now gone, and that's the reason they must be asking to be republics. So it's no insult to her. I mean, a declaration is not an insult. The English are like that. They can insult anyone, but nobody can insult them.
The Prime Minister's wife didn't bow to her, didn't curtsy, and that's a very big insult.
I didn't curtsy to her. I never did. Actually, she bent, thinking I'm bending. So I had to lift her up. All too much of it. See now, they have these parties, these tea parties, Queen's tea party, horrible thing. Then you are supposed to wear those dresses from that Moss Bros. Hello. And tight, sometimes loose. They all look like Charlie Chaplins. And see, then you have to walk in that wet lawn. And some ladies with their heels, they just get fixed into it. It's a mess of a thing. But you have to be there. If you are not there, they notice you and they'll tell you, why didn't you come? But there's certain qualities in English which are to be imbibed. Is one of them, they always respect work and merit. Like they have respected my husband, is very remarkable. I mean, that's what they do. And secondly, they have very good justice. The justice system is the best in the whole world. They cannot be corrupted. And thirdly, I would say, as far as the parliament is concerned and the politicians are concerned, they are very honest. very little of bribery. So all these things are there, no doubt. But with this austerity of temperament, you see, you also develop that kind of a dry nature, arrogance and domination and all that. So they are fully on the right side, while they should be on the left because they are Shiva's disciples.
Mm.
Their sense of humor, their scholarship, everything is fine. But the arrogance and living in fool's paradise is too much. I mean, as far as Shakespeare is concerned, he was a realized soul of a very high order, so he tried to show the futility of human endeavor all the time, and also the miracles of God in this one. But I don't know if they have understood him. And nowadays, there's not even one play running in England, London itself. You have to go all the way to Stratford-on-Avon to see his plays. We saw 2 of them there. And now the plays they are having, it's so horrible that you can't see with your children, you can't see with anyone else, and you don't want to see it also. It's very cheapish time. So they should go back to their own past and get out something nice from them. That's why it has come out well. They must have learnt a lesson. In last before that, they got CP retired that time. They booed all their films and condemned that as the worst. They wouldn't show it. By the way, arrogant and insulting, very arrogant and insulting people. That's a sin, to insult another human being. Racist. I think Australia also has this racialism in them. It's not so much now in England as some of the families in Australia are very racist still. The way they trouble this Sandra. I mean, no, in England nobody would do that kind of a thing. But he was a good king, that's why he was helped by God. That they don't understand. This queen is a nice lady, very nice, very decent person. But she also can't get out of it. It's something that is, even her dress is decided by the parliament. It's all right now. I mean, I hope they learn a lesson. The British were very nasty to us, very nasty. And actually they put me on ice, they gave me electric shocks, they did everything to me. But still I knew that English, if it goes to the English mind, it will circulate. But the media in English, this Murdoch from here has gone, horrible fellow. No hope for England. Cannot see sense at all, on the whole. But they take to French style sometimes to Americans. They don't have their self-confidence. If they develop their self-confidence, they'll see the sense of Sahaja Yoga.
Mother, may we say your 3 mantras?
No,
Say good night.
too many mantras already.
No.
See, just see my feet. Just see my feet, how much swollen they are. So with the mantras and things. So it's better that this puja business is too much, you see, continuously. I'm having ahead, how many pujas, you know, this short time, 5. Tomorrow we can see that, while before the program these boys can sing. But there are too many people. But with few people they don't absorb. But it's nice that there was puja so everybody could travel, come down, and I agreed to it. But in only 15 days, na? कितने दिन हुए आए तो? In 20 days. ये नहीं मिला हो तो फिर less than that. 20 days these, and then we'll be going there 5 days. 25 days we had 5 pujas. So 5 days A puja is too much for me. All right, doesn't matter. So we'll do it tomorrow before the program. All that fun. All right, thank you very much for the nice film. It was really, really nice. Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night, Mother.